Greetings, brothers and sisters. We are finally back. We finally made it to another reaction on this Mystelics Reacts channel. Of course, hand clap goes out to the Mystelics family and any videos we tune in to see what's up in my thoughts and comments on this here reaction by brothers and sisters. What do you guys leave your thoughts and comments also in the comment box below, so of course we can get to see and interact. Keep it in mind, brothers and sisters, I'll be reacting to the comments of the video that has the most comments right there. So definitely leave your thoughts and comments, and of course I'll react to it on Saturday coming. So definitely tune in for the vibrations. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button. Click it, don't be shy, brothers and sisters, to help push. And of course for YouTube to recommend more of my videos for you right there. If you definitely want to do so, click the thumbs up button, and of course subscribe and turn on that post notifications to be notified when I post and publish my videos, brothers and sisters. When I post and publish them new videos, you'll be notified. YouTube will tend to send it to you at any time that they want, but post and publish, they will definitely notify you guys right there. Anyways, brothers and sisters, without further ado, let us get into the vibrations. Of course, we seen this sentiment, and of course as indicated in the writings or the title, if you or the heading, whatever you want to call it, the headings at the bottom. But anyways, brothers and sisters, Caribbean Airlines apparently is about to discontinue 4 Caribbean routes starting January 2026, according to CNW Network right there, brothers and sisters. Of course, as indicated in this thing, the Caribbean Airlines actually started flying to Dominica on September 19th, 2020. And as a result of it, they're going to be stopping operations. I guess for now, maybe they will come back in the near future or something of that sort. I don't know. There's some restructuring that they say that is going to be happening, especially for Barbados. So I'm guessing maybe in the near future, or if it's ever going to come back, Caribbean Airlines will definitely be, if it does come back, will most likely come back to Dominica. Hopefully they do, because it'll create a level of competition for the other airlines so that you can definitely decipher which airline is able to give you the cheapest and most fastest route. Talking about that, brothers and sisters, I think having the fastest route in the Caribbean sometimes is a luxury, because sometimes you have to be flying all over the place for you to get to your destination. Sometimes your destination is just 2 blocks away, quote unquote, 2 blocks away. And then you have to be flying up and down and side. You guys know sometimes when you watch my Mystelics vlog channel, especially when it comes into flying in the Caribbean, you guys see me pass over the island I'm going and come back. It's interesting. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in that regard, brothers and sisters. Do you think this is a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Especially when it comes onto the sentiment. Do you think that they will be coming back to Dominica based off this situation that is happening right there? So let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. Of course, moving along when it comes on to the situation, one of the things that I think is vital when it comes on to traveling to Dominica at present, although we have straight flights to Dominica from Miami and Newark, brothers and sisters, New Jersey, EWR, although we have straight flights, I think having more flights is also essential for individuals like this guy to come in. Apparently, this is an individual who is at in Indian River, and of course, he is a German footballer, famous German footballer, a former German footballer who is visiting Dominica, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, Jurgen, I think, Jurgen Klopp, Mr. Klopp. All right, brothers and sisters, that's his name right there. And of course, he was in Portsmouth, going up to the Indian River and about to have a good time. So I think, you know, the more flights we can get to come to Dominica, the better. So more individuals can tend to come and patronize. Whether they bring $2 or $200,000, whatever it is, brothers and sisters, they can patronize when it comes into the sentiment right there, especially when it comes into the tourism aspect of Dominica, because Dominica doesn't seem to be doing too well when it comes into the tourism aspect. You guys should notice when I showed the trajectory, not the trajectory, but the past amount of individuals that came to Dominica, still over tourists and the tourist arrival. Of course, Dominica was the last when it comes on to that sentiment. Right, of Caribbean islands, I would have to say, because the other Caribbean islands were in over 500,000. Dominica was about what, 300,000 around that region, and you know, I think the next one was over 500 and something thousand, and the others were 800, and you know, going. So any little flights that we get, you get me, yes, brothers and sisters. Anyways, talking about the tourism aspect, of course, Antigua is boasting that they were doing a fantastic job. When I talk about Dominica, 300,000. Okay, Antigua in 2025 so far has over 1.3 million visitors. Well, over 1.3 million visitors expected in 2025 as tourism heads for new record. Apparently, last year they actually break their, I think it was 1.1 if I'm correct. And last year I was indicating that Antigua wants to break the record of having 1 million. And it seems like they are at 1.3 going, brothers and sisters, based on the number of individuals that's supposed to arrive, or the continuation of individuals that have to arrive. They're estimating about 1.3 million visitors that have been in total to be expected when it comes down to the tourism aspect of Antigua, which of course Antigua, what does Antigua have? This is why I always point out these brothers and sisters. When it comes to Dominica, Dominica has way more resources than Antigua will ever have in its wildest dreams. Antigua promotes itself as having a beach. This is one of the reasons why I indicated, hey, maybe the Dominican Authority, Tourism Authority, need to probably send more boats or cruise ship down to Portsmouth because they have the Purple Turtle right there. They have the Purple Turtle right there, and that, of course, can probably elevate. They have the Purple Turtle right there. They have Bell Hall Beach right there. They have Snackets there. They have Keppings Intercontinental, where individuals can probably go and get a meal. Hey, I want to go in the hotel and get a meal. Those kind of things there. Something new. There's also the Snackets that they can get on Purple Turtle Beach if they want to eat some bakes and some fish and so forth and so forth. They can get to participate in that. This is why I think they need to bring them down. When they're in Roseau, brothers and sisters, they see a set of containers or they go and see a set of tents. Make that make sense. When you have Purple Turtle right there, you have Cabrit's National Park right there, where they can just come out and say, I want to relax. Take a walk and visit the natural element of Cabrit's. Sometimes even look at history and say, wow, this is history for us. Let us reflect and also having a little fun. From the cruise ship boats that I've been on, I tell you, people go to the beach. They go to the beach, they leave the boat. They know the boat doesn't have a beach, it have a pool. But they want the beach, brothers and sisters. They want the beach. So bring them to the north of Dominica. Why they bring them? Why? And then they go and visit botanical garden in Roseau and they're in a bus, looking at a tree that fallen in a bus. What is that? I mean, it's part of a historical thing, true, but I more think that it'll have more impact in Portsmouth. It'll have more impact in Portsmouth, brothers and sisters, especially knowing that boats can actually land in Portsmouth. There's this way you can land and there's this way you can land. That goes against the waves. So I think the authorities need to look into this. I mean, come on, simple thought process, me. Not that difficult. Anytime you go different places on cruise, what they want to bring you on beach. And if you want to go and take little trails, whatever, sure, go and take your trails. But I don't understand this thing, man. I don't understand. Plus, you have the north, you have the Kalinago territory right there. You can just go on the beach, whatever. You can visit, go Karibishi Beach, go different places. Oh, boy. I don't know. I do know, brothers and sisters. Let me know your thoughts in that. Do you think that Portsmouth is a viable place for individuals to go, the tourism aspect? Anyways, 1.3 million visitors expected in 2025 as tourism heads for new record, according to what Gaston Brown has stated right there. And of course, as a result of this, guess what? Bow. Over 54,000 people employed in Antigua and Barbuda, jobless, or the unemployment rate falls below 5%. I think that is a good thing. I think Gaston Brown needs to go as well. He has been there for a while, but we cannot deny when we see in this kind of things that something is indeed happening. Maybe Gaston Brown running scared, so he's trying to do things now because he almost lose election last time. It was by 1 seat, So hopefully, as a result of this, things are happening, and it seems like people are getting more jobs and so forth. 54,000 people are employed in Antigua and Barbuda. And that is most likely as a result of this sentiment that we're seeing right there. Money's coming in, these kind of things can happen, people get jobs, and of course the government is able to use monies to further enhance the people into putting certain things in place, maybe fixing certain things and organizing, making things better to attract more tourists to come, because Antigua is doing something really well. Because the trajectory for tourism is going up. It's not going down, It's going up, brothers and sisters. And they've been doing a wonderful job when it comes to that sentiment right there, even including the international airport in Barbuda. They make an international airport. Dominica's still trying to make one. But they make an international airport in Barbuda. I understand the topography, brothers and sisters, the mountains. I understand these things that needs to be had. But Dominica could have an international airport a long time ago, man. But hey, they have been doing their thing, and of course, indicating that about 1.3 million people, thus including about 54,000 people around that region, or over 54,000, I have to say, have been employed, bringing the unemployment rate below. Of course, Dominica were not present. That is what they say, yeah? That is what they say. Is 13.04, because I'm thinking to myself, the number of businesses that will hiring a lot of individuals. Like Ross University was hiring quite a number of individuals. I think probably 1,000 people they were hiring. Of course, you had Clay Harbor hiring quite a bit of people, bringing more jobs to Portsmouth. That stopped. Clay Harbor stopped. Ross stopped. I mean, what NEP? They had to put NEP in place to curb the unemployment rate. I don't think it's 13.04 at all, because a lot of people lost their jobs unless they are making it on the basis of the amount of individuals on island. Because I know quite a bit of people left Dominica as a result of losing their jobs. They went to other Caribbean islands. So quite a number of persons left. So maybe they're doing it on the ratio of the individuals who left. And thousands of people left Dominica. This is why people have been indicating that the census for Dominica is about 50,000, between 50 to 60,000 people. And Dominica, as they claimed, had about 72,000 people. Quite a number of individuals left. So maybe they're doing the unemployment rate on not those who lost jobs, but those who stayed in the country and are unemployed. Not as a result of NEP program. That could be a sentiment, brothers and sisters. Let me know your thoughts in that regard right there. But Antigua is definitely doing something. And you can see that they're bringing in the funds that are coming into the country. They are patronizing via food, whatever means, brothers and sisters, creating an entrepreneurship mood by bringing in foreign exchange into the small Caribbean island. And as a result, although they have quite a number of more people than Dominica, quite a number of more, based off what is happening there and the amount of employment and funds that are coming into Antigua, they are meeting it. Thus, the unemployment rate has gone down to 5%. So, do you think that this 5%, 13.04% is accurate, brothers and sisters, when it comes down to 2024? Or do you think it's on the basis of the amount of people who have left? And as a result of those who have stayed in the country, that is the case right there. Let me know your thoughts right there. Of course, indicating Antigua as well, not just people getting jobs, but part of that also indicated short-term rentals, which of course generated 23.2 million US dollars. Let me say that again, brothers and sisters. Rentals, short-term rentals generated 23.3 million US dollars. Let me say that again. Short-term in Antigua and Barbuda, brothers and sisters, short-term rental generated 23 point. How much would that cost? How much? Is there any way that Dominica can measure this stuff to see what was happening during festival, to see if it's close, near, far, what exactly is going on? I know we spent, what was it, over 100 and something million dollars? 100 and something million, I think. I'm not sure, brothers and sisters. But are we making that back? Are we making back the money that the government has spent? Keep in mind, the government is spending the people's money. And therefore, if people are coming into Dominica, then what they need to see is the surplus factor. If the government spent $100 million, we need to see at least $120, $130 million, or at least $105 million to know that hey guys, we made a $5 million profit surplus. Makes sense? Yes? No? But just in the short-term rentals alone, brothers and sisters, in Antigua and Barbuda generated 23.2 million US dollars right there. That is over. That's 953. That's over 60 million EC dollars, brothers and sisters, for short-term rental. And as a result of the amount of money that was being brought in, Gaston then can do things like this. Government to cover CSEC exam fees for all students in 2026 right there. It kind of reminds me of Send Kids. When Send Kids generates its CBI funds, it then gives the citizens, and not just the citizens, but those who are participating in the economic development of St. Kitts and Nevis. So even if you're a foreigner, Dominica, whatever it is, brothers and sisters, you also participate in getting funds from the very CBI funds. Now, the question here is, what has Dominica done when it comes down to this sentiment right there? What? Are we getting better hospitals? They're giving people houses, true, but they're stopping the ability of the individuals to make their own house. So as a result of this, people then have to beg the government. And not just the government, but I understand World Bank and the other, associates who contributed to help build Dominica as a result of Hurricane Maria. Now people are getting the houses, not necessarily, well, it's not the government at all, because it's not the scary that giving you from his monies. You actually giving scared money, but he's getting money from elsewhere. as a result of, you know, charity or whatever, brothers and sisters, to bring down funds so that Dominicans can also participate in these things. What exactly are we seeing that the government is doing for the elevation of the people? We cannot say housing, brothers and sisters, because the one stopping the individuals from building their houses is the very government themselves. So we cannot say that. This is also what we're looking at there, brothers and sisters, on the basis, this thing. What we're looking at there is on the basis of what they have done, the government has done, thus bringing monies towards the people. And they themselves are also getting monies to do things for the very people that they're governing, thus creating 54,000 additional jobs, or 54,000 people getting employed. And then as a result, they are able to do stuff like this. So I think that is a good thing. Maybe Dominica can learn from this. And the Prime Minister of Antigua can stop lambasting Dominica, having Dominica look like a Zeze, even though they have right. When they come and say, oh, 10 years, in 10 years alone, our entire surplus or surplus alone was more than the entire GDP of Dominica. Gaston doesn't play, you know, but Scary still want to pretend Gaston is his friend. Gaston not your friend, sir. Well, at least he telling the truth, so he might be your friend. He's not somebody that hiding it from you. He'll tell you, hey, our surplus higher than your entire GDP in your country. So, hey. Anyways, if he gets to do this, kudos, you know, helping the citizens. This is what he call helping the citizens, brothers and sisters. They don't have to take from their monies to pay for these exams. I will better further advance their education. Hopefully the people of Antigua don't take this as some sort of joke, because sometimes when people get things for free, they take advantage of it. They don't utilize it to the fullest extent. Hey, we're getting this for free, I should study harder. Now is the chance for me to study harder because it's coming free for me. Sometimes people check it coming free, so I'm not doing anything. Just wasting the country's money. So I would advise Antiguan individuals to take advantage of that, all right? Talking about taking advantage, brothers and sisters, I saw this from Timal. All right, Timal had something very important to tell the youth and everybody out there. Let's take a listen.
No, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. That is I. You check me, Timal, according to this Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want.
Okay.
I don't want nothing on the earth.
That's not what he's saying, no? He maketh me to lie down. He shall not want because the Lord hath provided for him. That's what he's saying right there. If you read the full thing, you get that Timal. Okay.
But you see, if you want Timal, you see if you're the human that wants, Timal? You see if you reach 40 years in life, you reach 40 years and you know that have nothing, not even a job,
That is a heck of a thing, right? It's interesting to know. I remember Dr. Thompson Fontaine was actually pointing that out. They are youths sitting on the block who never had a job. They never had a job, and they're like, what, in their 20s, 30s, never had a job, brothers and sisters. And then we ask ourselves, like, as he's saying that, there reminds me of the question that I asked a particular individual who I'm guessing was a youth supporter of the Labour Party. He was in his early 20s back then, now he's 40-something years now. And I'm asking him, bro, so what have you gotten? What was the benefit of you supporting Labour all these years? What can we say, can you see? When this man living with his father as a 40-something-year-old man, asking him, what have you gotten? What was your goals, or have you achieved anything? And his response to me was exactly these words that I'm saying right now. Absolutely nothing. So Timal is coming to help the youth understand something. Even if you might say you support a particular set of people, even if you're watching UWP and say, boy, who in UWP, blah, blah, you talking your talk. But you know what has happened in that present? Where you're not able to elevate. You're not able to elevate at all. 20-something years, nothing has happened to you. Yet still you're asking who next. So you're putting back the same thing that giving you absolutely nothing. Okay, continue. Time is the greatest currency that we have. There's nothing more valuable, brothers and sisters, than time. And to waste 20-something years to show absolutely nothing, just for you to start again, brothers and sisters. Sometimes when you leave a country to go another country, you have to start over, brothers and sisters. That self can be a burden for you because you have to learn certain things, learn the ways of the country, all kind of thing for you to adapt and understand and simulate into an environment, especially if you cannot even speak the same language of that country. And when people go to China, sometimes it's a much better place for Dominicans to go, no doubt about it, when it comes to economic development. Because I know a number of Dominicans have gone there and they don't want to come back. They finish school and they don't want to come back. They rather pay loan and don't come back, brothers and sisters, because they know they're in an economy that's much better. But these people have to learn. They have to learn the language. And I think Chinese is probably one of the hardest languages to learn. But they have to learn the language and assimilate and start something new. They get the opportunity, so they stay and they have to learn it, brothers and sisters. Time.
You see, if you reach 40 years in life, you reach 40 years and you know that have nothing, not even a job, the only thing you're going to have to express in life now is regrets. You check me, Timal? That is the only thing. You can express it in sadness or you can express it in happiness. But the only thing you're going to have to express in life is regrets.
That's true. Remember I did a video of the reaction of a lady talking about the motivational factor. She herself knows that the economies are conducive to help the youth. And then she's talking about, you know, you will not be the same place, but even the same condition, sometimes you were working 20 years ago and you're not working today. It's worse off today than it was back then as a result of the economy and the decline in the economy as a result of the failing leadership that Dominica has. The failing leadership that Dominica has. What on earth can we say that Spirit has done to help elevate the people independently of him? What? What, brothers and sisters? We've seen Antigua providing 54,000 jobs, employment for individuals out there. These people can say, I'm working, I'm earning my money, and so forth as a result of the creation of these things. In Dominica, what we know is unemployment rate rising. In fact, when I look back, I think it was about 2015, I think unemployment in Dominica was about, 5%? Or 5 point something percent? It's interesting when you look at the statistics, brothers and sisters, you tend to wonder what on earth is happening. Although you have to wait based on the population to understand. Because if back then you had a population of 70, and now today you have a population of 50, the average unemployment will be on the 70 back then, and the average unemployment will be on the 50 today. So you have a much smaller bracket today than you had back then. But anyways, hopefully you guys understand the average balances right there when it comes into the situation.
You check me, Timal? So now, to the youth. Timal, you see your young age, your young life, that is diamonds.
True.
Timal, you mustn't waste your diamonds.
True. Brothers and sisters, once your youth is gone, you can't get it back, you know. Some of us might pretend, well, I'm not us, I'm not part of it. But some of all you want to pretend that your youth will remain forever. I met a 50-something-year-old lady and she said, I'm still young. I said, sure, you're still young, true. You're young, true. Some of them looking like the 50s, you know, there's a girl I saw on TV. I swear, even the girl she was talking to was indicating she's 46. 42, and the girl was like, you're younger than me. And then when she asked her age, she's 50, and the girl looks like she's about early 30s because she takes care of herself. But still, age is there for a reason, brothers and sisters. And if you waste your youth, no matter what you do, brothers and sisters, you might try to get back your energy and all those kind of things are great, but your youth will be gone. Your youth will be gone, brothers and sisters. As I look back at my early youth, brothers and sisters, I can say I never wasted my youth because I learned a lot of things. Went to a number of places, met a number of people, learning new in all kind of, brother. I didn't waste my youth at all. I didn't waste it at all. Thank God for that. I'm a little older now for my youth. But still, I know I did not waste it. Currency is time, brothers and sisters.
Because it's as age coming on you, you're going to start regretting it. You check me, my boy? From things to go in school, you're supposed to have your plan in your brains. Because why? Regrets come with age.
True. As you said in that day, the thought process of a lot of what is happening with a lot of women today, brothers and sisters, is also kicking in. As I'm seeing a lot of videos of women who are 40 plus years old, complaining that they're not able to find somebody to love and they're not able to find this and that, and you know, it's difficult for them and so forth and so forth, and sometimes they live in regret, saying that they wish that they married a certain person that was after them back then. They didn't want them because they had a lot of clout, a lot of people wanted them, so they just didn't study about the people who actually wanted them, genuinely wanted them. And today they have wasted this time wishing that they could go back. Sometimes they wish they could go back to the individual, but now that individual is married, that individual has properly settled, and they're like, there's nobody for them Brothers and sisters, one of the scariest things you should be aware of in this life, as I listen to a number of podcasts, one of the things that is scary is knowing that you have absolutely nobody to look out for you when you reach old. That, brothers and sisters, is a hell of a scary thing. Knowing that you have nobody to look out for you. Nobody. This is why sometimes there's schizophrenia and this kind of things that tend to happen, because when people don't have that social understanding, as they get older, they're not able to talk to their children because they are children, talk to their husband, they are wife, they are these kind of things there. Then they go internally, brothers and sisters, and they start shutting down themselves from the rest of the world. And that is how things tend to happen, where they end up losing their memories. And it's just a consistent, brothers and sisters. This is why human beings are social creatures. One of the things I always encourage individuals to do, go out there, mingle, don't just stay in your house and you have all your life, you just stay in your house to play on game and talk on computer. No, go there and mingle. It's a brilliant world out there, you know, even if it's scary, it's a brilliant world out there. Mingle. If you can take a trip just around the block, do so. Talk to people, don't be shy. Sometimes we have a set of pride in us. That doesn't make no sense. You have pride for what? What? You feel like you can't talk to that person. Nonsense you're talking. I know I take it a little sideways from what Timal is saying, but it's true. Brothers and sisters, loneliness is a downfall of humanity, you know. You know that? Loneliness is a downfall of humanity, and everybody seem like, well, a lot of people seem like they just want to make it on their own. Try your best.
As you aging, you so regrets coming in. If you see you want and you wasting your diamonds away. You hear me, Timal boy? Youth, boy, don't waste your diamonds away. From the time you go in school, you must have your plans in your head and focus. You hear me? Because regrets come with age. You hear me, Timal boy?
He's right, brothers and sisters. He's right. Regret does come with age, especially knowing that you did not reach certain goals that you had or wanted to get certain things. Sometimes it is our own selves that keep ourselves back, not people out there, you know. Not people out there, brothers and sisters. I know sometimes we always try to blame somebody and blame people. Like the lady was saying, not just look about your environment. You too start somewhere for you to grow. Even if you were to reach 100, if the economy was thriving, at least you would have reached on 20 because you do something for yourself and say, I'm not the same, I'm not where I used to be back then. You are 20 steps ahead in an economy that's meant to keep you at zero. But it's vital that we start doing things and actually making, you know, proper decisions. It's just unfortunate sometimes, brothers and sisters, that people get the opportunity to make decisions for you. I think that is a heck of a, boy, I tell you, that is truly something else. Talking about that, brothers and sisters, I saw this thing. I don't think this is in Dominica, but there's something very interesting being pointed out right there.
Because he's of a particular race and not looking.
Yeah, boy. A woman picking up garbage and there are fellas on the block that don't want to go to work. Huh? How's the woman behind the truck? Being proud of what she doing for her DP. And there are fellas that don't want to work.
The lady probably checking, boy, I don't have nothing to do, and nobody looking out for me, no man, nothing, but let me go and pick up garbage to make my little money, no doubt about it, and she dressing sexy. I myself thought it was a lady that was hitchhiking in ride. I said, well, that lady braver than me, but that's her job, bro. She don't afraid dirt fly on her skin or nothing to her protective gears. It don't seem so. She probably have a, boy, that is truly something else. When we use work, she working. I don't think that is work, she working anyway. But anyways, it's important what the man said. The woman decide, if that is the case, the woman decide she want to work, while fellas sitting on the block just wasting their time. Wasting their time. Brothers and sisters, where there's life, there's hope. Where there's life, there's always hope, you know. Despite what Dominica's Prime Minister is doing to Dominica, despite, there's always hope, brothers and sisters. Sometimes you have to work for a good 5 years, knowing that you're working towards a goal, and that goal most likely is to leave the country if you're able to save a good amount. Sometimes family members need to come together and work together so they can come together, work together, build money, and send somebody overseas that can actually help them in the long run. Or send 2 people overseas so they can contribute back and so forth by also helping them. I think we tend to lose sight on what is really important. Sometimes we always think about ourselves. Me. What I can get, me. What can you give me, me. But realizing sometimes if we come together focusing on me is not always necessarily the key to success. You might be the person that needs to go overseas and your family support you. Could be. But sometimes it's not you. And you need to come together to help support somebody. Support that person. So probably 5-10 years down the road, that person is able to elevate you and bring you up. When I look at the Mexicans and the Asians, brothers and sisters, how they do things, that's what they do. That's what they do. They don't look at looking glamorous and having all sorts of hair on their head and this kind of... No, they don't do these things. They focus on what's important. Hey, we need to get this house. If you're able to get this house, it's broken down. Well, let's all of us come together. 20 of us will stay inside there. Who stay on the couch? Who sleep on the floor? Who stay on the bed? Who sleep in the attic? All those kind of things. There, 20 of us come together. We make that house together. And at the end of 10 years, brothers and sisters, 20 of these people that live in that house will have their own house mortgage-free. Mortgage-free. I myself, I tried to pass on that knowledge to some of my people that had the idle opportunity. Today, only one of them has a house, and that house is seriously on a mortgage. And the others themselves are renting. If they had just listened to me and stayed there, 5 years, stayed there, you're organizing, making a set of money. By the time you're ready to move, you move, each of all you move in a bigger house. Stay in that house, pay off the mortgage, 5 of all you there. Organize that, clear that out. And then when you clear that out, all you start building for another one. Wouldn't take long, about 2 to 3 years for each house. So if 5 of all you, 15 years. And sometimes that would be even less. Because then you separate each other, you separate and then separate each other. Bow. Today, each of them will have the house, no mortgage. But I guess sometimes people don't see the bigger picture. They only see what is in front of them. Just like what Dominica is doing. Asking you, oh, who is the opposition? And then the people in the opposition making noise, talking about doing things, and they realize it's not the opposition that is the problem. It is the government bringing in people to vote that is the problem. How come the opposition always losing? Because they keep bringing in people, the present government keep bringing in people, thousands upon thousands of people back into the country to vote. Realizing a way to correct these things, the opposition presented a way, proper electoral reform, they hijacked it. But they realized there's a problem with it, it's most likely going to kill time. And then when they kill time for next election, they'll revert back to the old list, thus repeating the same thing that has happened before. And then instead they blame what is happening on the real reason. They blame it on the opposition. Human beings have a problem, you know. Human beings have a big problem. And no matter what you tell them, sometimes they're bent in their ways, not looking at reality for what it is. And then when you don't look at reality for what it is, you make decisions based off your own feelings that can counteract what reality is doing. And you will end up bearing the consequences because reality doesn't care about what you think should happen. It doesn't care, brothers and sisters. Not at all. Anyways, let me know your thoughts, brothers and sisters. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment box below. This is all about for these vibrations. Let me know your thoughts. Like I was indicated before, keep it in mind that I will be reacting to the comments on the video that has the most reaction. If it is this one, I'll react to it on Saturday. If it's another one, brothers and sisters, let me know your thoughts right there on the other videos that I've reacted to. Of course, you'll see 2 videos pop up at the end of this video. Check out one of them and let me know your thoughts on them if you've not done so yet. Right there. Anyways, brothers and sisters, boy, Mystelics once again, guys. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button. Click it, brothers and sisters. Subscribe for more vibrations, as they do definitely tend to come when I post. And of course, with that said right there, brothers and sisters, be real. Saturday King always. Thanks so much for watching. Be positive.